Hey everybody, congratulations on buying your 2025 Boutique Boss Planner. We are super excited to see you build the business of your dreams. My name is Sarah Burks, I'm the Director of Education, and I wanted to walk you through some of the key parts of your Boutique Boss Planner so you can use those to the full potential. So if you just scroll along with me here, I am just going to share some tips and tricks for tools inside the planner that I think are going to be very beneficial for you. So I am just going to walk through. Hopefully, you guys have already seen where you can acknowledge whose planner this is and what some of your goals and objectives are for 2025. Please take time to read this boutique manifesto and speak positivity into your business. We're going to scroll down through here, quick glance at 2025, 2026 calendar for you. And then we also obviously want to give a special shout out to our partners that help make this planner extra special. Glow Group, Atlanta Apparel and More, Hubventory, our wholesale market platform built for you, by you, Dallas Market Center, Magic, Las Vegas Apparel and More. We partner with all of those markets and have many in-person events for you at market as Boutique Hub members. So please make sure when you are in attendance at any of these major markets, you come find us and get your must-see list. Take advantage of all the perks and benefits of being a Hub member, as well as another shout out to the Glow Group, as they are an excellent service provider here at the Boutique Hub and help many of our members grow their email and SMS marketing platforms. All right, just a little quick overview on the layout of the Boutique Boss Planner. You'll see we have a couple sample pages for you just as a way that you can use your planner in this layout so you can have your top 3 daily to-dos as well as hour by hour responsibilities throughout each calendar day. And of course, a few little notes at the bottom to keep everybody on track. All right, and then a sample in the content creator sample page here. If I were you and I had this planner and I still had my business, I use this planner myself personally, but in a retail space, what I would do is always have these content pages open, available for my team to reference every single week. So they were on the same play script as you are, right? This is almost like a playbook of where am I posting what, when. And then if I'm not doing something on a specific platform, that's where these little pink squigglies, you just mark that out, right? So your team, whoever's assigned to creating that resort collection reminder on Tuesday, that's going to go out in an email, send an email, repurpose the TikTok reel, all of those kind of things laid out throughout the calendar week. That is just a sample of how best to use that. How to utilize your Boutique Boss Master Planner here. You'll notice that we just have a few different instructions here on getting started, marketing, buying, tracking sheets, and I'm going to walk through these things with you today. But just as a reminder, this is available for you on page 8. Following up a little bit more about your Hub membership, reminder, inside your membership, you have access to numerous Facebook groups, high-level conversation, as well as very niche conversations related to your business, as well as how to connect with us in person at markets, different courses we have, Hubventory, our training library, the Boutique Chat podcast, all of the things. So if you are a member, just use that QR code. And if you're interested in joining, you can also use the blue QR code and join us as a Boutique Hub member and be able to start taking advantage of all the perks and benefits. Right there, we just listed just a few, but I'm telling you, there's thousands of dollars worth of perks and discounts for you as a Hub member to take advantage of. And a little note from Ashley and I and other fellow retailers and service providers here about you and your business and how this planner can really help you. Other information about the different courses that we teach here at the Boutique Hub and ways for you to take advantage of those as well. So I'll just continue to scroll on down through here. Another tool and resource for you, the retail terms and acronym guides. This is something for you as well as your team. As a quick reference, I would encourage you to share this with all of your team as they're interested in you're having higher educational content or conversations, and maybe you're starting to talk about KPIs as key performance indicators. How are we measuring the success of our business? Or you're thinking about a Pink Friday, Black Friday opportunity, and you want to have some sort of a loss leader come in for as far as inventory in your store that you may take a little bit of a loss on, but that's going to lead to other sales. There's all sorts of different terms here and definitions that'll help you in your business. Now, let's jump into some fun things with the marketing and buying. So Hubventory, this is not just a wholesale platform. This is an investment platform, I like to say, because we have built in lots of different tools here to the platform as far as integrations with Faves and Shopify. We have budget calculators. You can create boards just like Pinterest, right? So you can also take advantage of anytime you see that little black hub circle inside Hubventory, those products are at a discount for Hub members. So if you're interested in learning more about that, please use that QR code right there to find more information and become a member, a usable member of Hubventory. Now let's jump into some social content. We're big on education and giving you tips for success. So you'll see on this page here, we're going to talk through the different types of content and how to get more shoppers, convert more viewers into shoppers through collaborations, automations, videos, all the things. So I encourage you to take a look at this and just boost that awareness on what levers you should be pushing and pulling inside your marketing strategy. We have also created information here for you on content and how to create and promote the most effective content in your business, what these different platforms are, and who is getting the most use out of them, best practices. So if you are ever wondering, am I using Instagram or TikTok or Facebook to its fullest, and what kind of return on investment should I be having through my emails or my text marketing? We have some information for you here on page 17. All right, let's dive into some real quick wins for you. Inside the Boutique Boss Planner, we love to have a full, robust experience for you as far as promotion and holiday planning. So you see here, every single month, we map out marketing campaign and event ideas, social content ideas, and plus buying ahead, getting your head kind of wrapped around what should I be investing in January that I'll be using later on in the spring. So you never find yourself at a place where you're thinking, oh my gosh, I totally didn't invest or prepare for said holiday or event. We want to give you those buying ahead details months in advance. So you can start making sure you have the money on hand and a content plan built around those event ideas. So again, you'll see we do that for every calendar month. Lots of fun hints and tips and creativity ideas here for you to take the tough things out of running your business. And as always, save space, we like to do abbreviations, but we also wanted to give you the explanation of those, exactly what those abbreviations were. So continue to use that. You notice that that is a full 12-month calendar right here for you. And if you ever need more information, you guys, this is just a tip of the iceberg. We have a full, robust content planning guide inside your training library with more buying ideas, social content ideas, event ideas, all of the things. Then, of course, we always like to give you the holidays at a glance. So we outlined all these fun little holidays that we think are great to market around and create content around and communicate and share with your customers. And so that is all here on page 22 for you. And then we're going to dive into more of the goals and tracking. All right, so you're only as big as your dreams, right? And that is where we want to help you with some self-assessment and really to spend some time thinking through like who you are and what type of business you really want to create and what's working and what's not. Everything from your daily habits and how you're managing time and where your skills are and where some of these roadblocks in your business are. Spend some time here on these pages and help you really build out your goals. And we also, again, share these goals with your team, share these goals with your partners, share these goals with somebody that's going to help you stay accountable. Come back into your Boutique Hub community Facebook groups and share those goals with us. We would love to celebrate these with you and help you make these things come to life. Not just personal or marketing, but also inventory, financial, staff goals, all the things. All right. So then once you have those goals, let's break that down. Let's make these really come to life by putting these in a timeline. Again, a goal needs to be specific and they need to be time bound. So we've given you some space for you to really acknowledge who these are, what these goals are going to be, and when you plan to achieve them. And by setting these set timelines, we have found that our members become much more diligent and determined to reach these goals. And of course, we encourage you to celebrate them when you have them. All right, then let's jump into some of these tracking sheets, a little bit more strategic. This is a 2-page spread inside your planner. So as you see, you're going to be starting here by comparing 2024 sales to 2025 sales. And this is sales to inventory. So, and this is the full calendar spread. And like I said, this is a 2-page spread. The bottom of these pages, we're going to have some calculations for you. So you are going to be wanting to look at what kind of sales do I have? Are my sales up or down? That's fine, but we want to know how much inventory is it taking us to make these sales. So by subtracting last year's sales numbers from this year's sales number, this gives us a total difference per year. Then you divide the difference by last year's number, and that is going to give you that percent. So we want to, as an example, in 2025, if you do $40,000 in sales and you had $25,000 last year, there's growth there of $15,000. Then we want to look at that in a rate versus your inventory. So in this particular situation, we are doing $40,000 in sales with $125,000 in inventory versus last year, we did $25,000, but we also had $120,000 worth of inventory. So you look at that over the year and you're seeing you're being much more productive with the amount of inventory you have on hand. So there is your growth over time. So when you scroll back up here, you can do that quick comparison, your sales, your growth plus or minus, and then what that percentage looks like. So, and that full calculation is available for you as we just showed you in that sample. So then this was what you, continuing on, as this is in a full page spread, you would have the $120,000 versus your $125,000, the difference for the year, but growth over the year. And then your notes, 60% increase in sales with only a 4% increase in inventory. This is worth noting. If you just looked at this and said, oh my goodness, I'm only $5,000 up from last year, but you want to look at that as a percentage, right? And that's where the real power comes from. So keep track of those notes here. We love to see you guys tracking those things and analyzing, and only a track number grows, right? So this is going to be important for your inventory as well as when we get into your social media and things like that. So keeping that in mind, keep in mind this is a 2-page spread here. So on the first page, on page 32, you're going to see number of posts made on Instagram, follower count, follower growth, engagement. And this is so important to be tracking over time because you want to make sure what you're putting out there is actually getting eyeballs on it and attracting people, stopping their scroll, all of the things. This is the same for your Facebook, your VIP groups, things like that. And then on the next page, when we jump over here, we're going to start analyzing your Pinterest, pins, views, impressions, saves, links, all of those things, as well as email, websites, text marketing, TikTok, app downloads. So the thing about this is, again, this is not something that just you as the owner have to own. You could pass some of these things, these reports on to your manager or other people on your team and talk about these in your monthly meetings. Take a note what your follower engagement is, how many people, how many end of month posts you're making, all of the things, the total views. Are you getting traction on the time you're putting into these different platforms? Each one of these things takes time. And when you say yes to one, you're saying no to another. So identifying where are the majority of your impressions coming from, where's the majority of your content and being seen. So all of these different platforms that we look at here, it's really important that you spend time every single month in your team meetings to be identifying if these are working or not. And if they're not working, what levers are you going to pull? What content are you going to change up to get in front of the right people that are going to convert into sales? So that is why we built all of this into your Boutique Boss Planner, so that you aren't just you're doing tracking and tweaking different things and decisions you're making inside your business every single month. This is a monthly comparison of sales per month to expenses. So you're looking at what you brought in January and what your expenses were and any notes that might have been related to that. So this is also something to have on hand and glance back at. I think this is so important because I promise you may look at a sales month and say, oh my gosh, my sales were amazing, but then there's not the money in the bank. And you always have to put that up against your expenses. Always have to put that up against your expenses. Total gross money coming in is just one metric. It does not tell the whole story. So that's why we put this here, so you can bring those numbers to life and talk to your staff about this. Anytime we add an app, anytime we add some new product, anytime we add a new service, or we're going to stay open a different time, or we're going to do another pop-up, all of that adds up right here. So those decisions have to be justified versus the sales that they're bringing in over time. All right, let's move on to our checklist little by little. Yes, we understand that as a business owner, there are things that only happen once a year. So therefore, we wanted to outline what some of those major annual checklist decisions and things that you have to do, what they really are, so you don't forget them. So we put those here in the checklist section. Also encourage you add your own. Then we follow up with the quarterlies. These are every quarter, this quarter, add your own as well. And the other thing I would encourage you to do is, if you assign this to somebody in your planner, go ahead and put the person's name next to these. Who's responsible for them? So if they are going to cross those off, if they're going to do them, they put their initials there, whatever that might be. Delegate some of these things out. Just because you own the business does not mean these all have to fall on your shoulders. All right, this is another place. This is the beginning of the month checklist. These are every single month. This is your Q1, January, February, March. Number one, pay yourself. Again, there's plenty of spaces here for you to assign this to somebody from your team. These are some things that you may just go about your day and day and you're forgetting about, like updating your store window, review a markdown plan, review month versus same month last year in sales, complete your tracking sheets, all of these things. That's why we just make these single every quarter. So these will be at the beginning of each quarter throughout this entire planner. Then this particular sheet, you're going to see these every single month. So January, February, March for your first quarter. I like to use this as your reconciliation report. So as you batch out at the end of every single day, you would come in here and what did you bring in cash, checks, credit cards, maybe this is Sezzle or PayPal or some other sort of payment opportunity. What did you discount that day in total sales? What was your total deposit? And then if you were over or short, this is very important, because if you do this every single day at the end of the week, when you batch out and you complete your entire week of sales, you will reconcile those every single week. You will recognize any errors, maybe you're missing a credit card receipt, or somebody did not process the payment properly. Anything that's over and short will identify right away versus waiting until the next month when you get the bank statement to reconcile. So once you get that bank statement at the end of the month, right, you should be able to open up to this part of your planner and just go line item by line item and check it off. And it should match up right to the penny with whatever your bank statement says that has hit your bank. If it doesn't, that's where you really have to go back, and now you have to dig through an entire month to find those sales receipts. But if you use this guide right here every single day, make this part of your standard operating procedure of your balancing at the end of every day, this makes this very user-friendly. So this was something I did in my store. I also would identify my sales goals, what my actual was for the month. And then down here, I also was able to analyze at a glance what my payroll, how many hours I actually paid out, top sales staff, reward them, how many hours they worked, lowest selling staff member, how many hours they worked. And a reminder, we're going to reward them. We're going to train them again. What do I have on order for the next 3 months? These dollars really matter, because this is one of those things you want to make sure you have a proper budget for your spending, and you're also leaving a little bit on the table for any open to buy that you maybe something's really hitting and selling fast and you want to double back down and order again, right? You want to make sure you are, keeping an eye on what you have coming in that you've already committed to. The other places here that I think is very important: beginning of the month inventory, end of the month inventory. So as we're working through, this was in January, this obviously beginning of the month of January is going to basically be the end of the month of December, just carried over. So this is extremely important to keep up with. Then in January, again, as you're going to do this every single month, sales goals, daily goals, maintain markup, website visits, personal goals, social, all of these things. Take time and assess. You put a lot of time into your business every single month. It's so important that you have taken the time when you complete a month, assess it, learn from it, understand what do I want to do different this next month. Next January, a year from now, what am I going to do different to set myself up to position myself better in my business? What were some of my biggest surprises, right? Who is my most profitable vendor? All of those things, the biggest ROI promotion that on non-social media or on social media. What were some of the weather things that affected my business? What were some of the supplies that I needed throughout my business? Maybe some things that held me back or some of the things that I have an overabundance of. All things, again, what happened in my community that affected my sales. All of these things make a big difference when you're talking about the overall big picture of your business. And I promise you, unless you sit down and really think through these things, you don't realize or recognize how big of a part they play in your business. Something else I always like to keep track of at the end of every month is your debt, your line of credit, your credit card, or any other debt. Putting these numbers down on paper makes them really come alive. So then this moves into, this is February. So we'll do the exact same thing every single month when you're tracking. So the way your planner is built out, the whole first quarter is laid out here for you just like this. Excuse me. And then you also have your second quarter. So you'll go through your second quarter and third quarter and fourth quarter exactly like this in all of the layouts throughout the entire planner. And those quarterly checklists, they're going to be a little bit different based on the quarter of the year, right? And you're going to have different things that are going to fall that you need to do, say in May, that you are going to be different in the quarter 4, right? So that's where we also give you opportunity to write in your own. So I'm going to pass through these quarters. Sorry, I'm speeding through here a little fast, and I want to get to the calendar section of the planner. So all of the tracking, again, is at the beginning. So now we're going to jump into the layout of the actual planner for you to be planning out your days. Plenty of places for you guys to write notes. And I just want to draw your attention. In the planner, you'll notice that our calendar spread starts on a Monday. This is because most businesses start their new week on Monday. So this is a 2-page spread. It's going to go Monday through Sunday. We also give you plots here for you to plan ahead with inventory, events, travel, other things. And then this is a full calendar glance when you open up your planner and have it laid out properly. But then also you have your day-to-day. So again, this starts on a Monday and goes till Sunday. Also, little notes and reminders about inventory. What do we have on hand? Those are very, very important. Call to actions. We have also QR codes throughout the planner with trainings that are relevant to that time of year. We think are very, very helpful. So then this is a full week, right? Monday through Saturday or Monday through Sunday. Then the very next page throughout the entire calendar planner is going to be your content creator. Again, also Monday through Sunday. So this is a 2-page spread for Facebook groups, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, emails, texts, and apps. So again, as we went back, if you were to go back to the beginning where we showed the demo of how those were laid out, you would be repurposing, you'd be assigning tasks, who's posting on Pinterest, emails, texts, apps, all the things. All right, so then the planner continues throughout the entire rest of the book is your calendar spread, your weekly layout, followed by your content creator. So what I would like to see you do is one thing I would work with this is if I was getting a big shipment in on Thursday, the 9th, and I checked my emails and I knew I was getting a large delivery of goods, I would make sure I noted that here. I would come back over here to the content creator and I would start identifying some content that is going to need to be built out around that inventory delivery. So then I could even work my way backwards with promotions to going back the week prior to this to say if I need props or if I need models, I need to get them online to be ready for that available delivery of inventory that's coming in this example on the 9th, and then build out all the content that's relevant that needs to happen to move that inventory as fast as I can. Those are just a few ways, you guys, that I encourage you to use your Boutique Boss Planner. And again, we always like to hear feedback. So as I end this video with you today, I just want to thank you so much for being a part of this great journey with us. Let us know how you use your Boutique Boss Planner to build your business, and we cannot wait to hear and celebrate your big wins with you. All right, as always, guys, have a blessed day. Thank you.